Today we're going to be talking about loneliness. I actually intended on filming this video last month in June because it was Loneliness Awareness Month. I didn't get around to it, unfortunately. Better late than never, huh? If you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Olamide, and this is Midas Torch. This is a space that I've created for us to learn, to heal, and to grow. Please ensure that you subscribe. Make sure you like, you share, you comment. I would love to know your thoughts on everything that we discuss. The first thing to highlight is that there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. You can be amongst people and still feel lonely. And you can be alone and not feel lonely because it's not the same thing. But we'll get into that. We'll get more into that as the video progresses. Loneliness. We are not actually designed to live alone. I mean, even the Bible says so. It is not good that man should live alone. Man as in humans, not man as in male. But unfortunately, society has come to a place where a lot of people feel lonely. Loneliness has actually become an epidemic. I know there are some countries in the world where community is still a big thing, where people still look out for one another. But I do think if you find yourself in the West, the culture, the way society is, increases your chances of being lonely. I'm not saying you can't be lonely in other countries because, of course, you can. What I am saying, though, is there seems to be a lesser importance placed on community in the western part of the world. And if you find yourself in the West, you may find that there is a higher chance that you experience loneliness. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to elaborate more on what I think increases your chances, the things that increase your chances of being lonely, and then we can talk about things that you can do to combat loneliness. So I've already spoken about sometimes location. That doesn't mean you move to a different country, but it is just being, like I say, being aware of your situation is so important. There are some countries where it's just, unfortunately, it's not designed for community. It's every man for themselves. And then there are other countries where it is designed to look out for your neighbor. You can live in the UK and not speak to your neighbor. That's normal. That's okay. That's not normal in some cultures. So that's one. Another factor that can increase your chances of being lonely is just the dynamics of your life, which is out of your control. There's nothing you can really do about it. Because let me give you an example. If you have a single parent who has one child, an only child, but she and her child live around family. They have a big family. Maybe she's got loads of siblings, there's loads of cousins, and there's always people around. She's made friends from school, friends in the family. And then you have another single parent that has a child, an only child, but chooses to maybe relocate to a different country or to a different place for better career prospects, better education for the child, but there's no family there. The chances of this person facing loneliness is a lot greater than this person. Or should I say, these people facing loneliness is a lot greater than these people. Because yes, they can make friends, they can meet people, they can find a way to get on. But naturally, there are already people in this person's life that are not in this person's life. Well, I mean, accessibly in this person's life. So unless these people actually meet people that they gel with, that they can access, it will just be her and the child, which automatically increases the chances of loneliness. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that the first person will have the greatest life or they can't still feel loneliness, but naturally, one has an edge over the other. Okay? So the dynamics of your life can put you in a situation where you are more susceptible to loneliness. That again is more about awareness than it is about control because there isn't really much you can do about that. A third factor that could actually increase your chances of loneliness is your personality. I feel sorry for extroverts because if they don't have the right people around them, they are most susceptible to loneliness. Extroverts get their energy from other people by being around other people. They need external stimulation to feel mentally well, to feel okay, compared to introverts who actually enjoy solitude and need to be re-energized by being alone. So already introverts benefit more from being alone than extroverts. And extroverts are more susceptible to loneliness because if for whatever reason they don't have the right people around them, or people they are in a situation where they don't have people at all, they will struggle the most. An introvert will probably find a way around it because they enjoy being alone usually anyway, you know? So that's a personality thing that could also work against you. If I take myself, for example, I'm the type of person that would rather do something alone than do it with someone that I have observed could potentially be problematic. But I know there are people out there that would rather do something with someone that maybe they're a little bit difficult and just manage the situation than do it alone because they do not enjoy being alone. So for someone like me, it's probably less likely that I will feel lonely than someone like the second person that I mentioned. You see what I'm saying? So your personality could also work for you or against you. As I mentioned earlier, loneliness and being alone is not the same thing. You can be married and be lonely. You can have friends and be lonely. You can have a big family and be lonely. And you can have someone that's from a small family with lesser friends that's single that isn't lonely. Okay? This is because the quality of the people around you matter. The quality of the people around you matter. If you're with somebody in a relationship or in a marriage where the person is not treating you well, of course you're going to be lonely. If you're in a family where there's abuse, you're going to be lonely. If you're in friendships where people are toxic, you are going to be lonely. So the quality of the quality of your relationships and the people around you actually matter. And in addition to that, even if they are good people, healthy people, compatibility also matters. You can be around people that are actually okay, but they just don't understand you because you're not compatible. It's like oil and water. Oil is great, water is great, but they don't go well together. So you can be around people that you're not compatible with. So they're not your tribe. And because you're not your tribe, you feel lonely. So, it's also about the people that are around you that determines how lonely you feel. I will say this though, you can have the right people around you, compatibility is there, they're good people, they're there for you, but you still feel lonely. I think that might be the case when you start swaying towards mental health issues, mental wellness. And in that case, this might be something that you need to see a professional about. It might be that you need to work on some things within you to be able to really appreciate what's going on around you so that you don't feel that way. You know, I'm going to go more into ways that you can combat loneliness on the next part of this video. I hope that helps so far. Have a great day. Bye.